What's going on, everyone? Conservative Video Dipper here. If you got a dip, pack a lip. I just got back from jet skiing. Holy shit. I had freaking fun. I'm tired. But anyway, I do have to answer this question because this is a question that kind of has been asked many, many times by a lot of people. I kind of answered it, but I'm willing to answer it every time because I'm not afraid to hide it, or not hide it, but I'm not afraid to talk about it. I'm not afraid to acknowledge that there are, you know, things that we do talk about on here that does get political and sometimes does regard to like the government and things like that. And one of them is the FBI. Does the FBI watch me and the conservativenewswave.com website? Yes, they do. And I'm sure there are a lot of you going to ask, well, how do you know? We kind of have an idea because if you what's called look at the ISP, you can see where basically it's coming from, and then if it's bounced back, a lot of times me and Tim have seen that it comes from the VPN. It's coming from different places that are obviously close by, like in Pennsylvania or somewhere close by to where obviously the boys and girls in Arlington would be. And by the way, hi to the boys and girls in Arlington. Excuse me. Hi to the boys and girls in Arlington. Hope you guys are having a great evening. Enjoying your sushi, your pizza, your Italian food, or whatever you guys are enjoying tonight. Hope you guys and gals are doing great tonight. But their VPN does get pinged and kind of bounce back to something else. So yes, I can kind of tell, me and Tim have found that yes, they are watching, obviously. Now, what about the White House? Because I tagged Trump in this too, as well as the White House. Yes, we have seen in direct, somewhat not direct location, but a VPN kind of pinging to somewhere else, kind of doing the same thing. They don't want their location directly known, but yes, it more likely is the White House, the boys and girls in Arlington. They do watch me, and they are aware of my presence. Sorry, I'm really thirsty. Is that a bad thing that they're watching me? No. What it basically means is that they're watching me because they're obviously aware of what I do and who I am. But how can the FBI allegedly know who you are if supposedly they don't tell me? Or what if I call them up and ask them if they know who you are and then they deny it? Well, obviously they're not going to tell you because, first of all, why would the FBI tell you that they know who I am, what my channel is, when that is first and foremost none of your business what they know or don't know. They're not going to give you every information because they're probably more likely watching me because they want to make sure that everything is okay. They're not watching me because I'm in trouble, but they're not going to tell people that they're watching me because they don't want possible potential bad things to happen, or they don't want, they're not allowed to because it's their job. And it's kind of funny because people have on here, like trolls, mentioned that allegedly that they called the FBI and the FBI denied me. Okay, well, first and foremost, the FBI isn't going to directly tell you who I am because they don't know who you are or whether you're in like relations to me, whether you're connected to me or not. They're not going to tell you personal information. And I doubt that majority of the trolls have called the FBI trying to act like they know or have asked the FBI if they know who I am. I don't think most of the trolls have done that. But again, most of the FBI agents will not indulge that information or exploit that information to anybody because it is classified, or they're doing their job and they can't really talk about it. But yes, they do watch me, and we know that they've watched me. How do I know that they're watching my YouTube channel? Because there has been times where I've been on YouTube and I've seen, not just because like people come and go. I know that people come and go here, but there is a back door. I guess you could call it the back door that they have to access our channels. Most federal bureaus, agencies know how to get to the back door of our channels. Cheers, by the way. They know how to watch our channels so that it doesn't mark as if they're watching us. They have ways of cleverly hiding themselves. But there has been times where it kind of somewhat pops up, or I've seen results that yes, they are there. Does it mean that they're going to be here all the time? No, they're not going to be. They're not going to be here all the time. There will be times where more than likely the boys and girls will just pop in, they'll zip out, do whatever they got to do. Or if there's something that I'm talking about that they need to pay attention to, whether it's trolls or something that I'm reacting to, normally they might pay attention for a few minutes, but more than likely they will leave because they got other things to do. But how do we know that you're telling the truth, conservative? Well, again, honestly, I have seen the results from my channel that there has been some VPNs that have kind of been readjusted, if you will, and it obviously led me to believe that it was more than likely them. It could also be the White House, too, like I said, which I'm thinking it's both of them. Does that scare me that they're watching me? No, it doesn't. To me, it makes me feel like they're doing their job. They're doing exactly what they should be doing. They're making sure that everything is okay. And why should I be scared if I'm not doing anything illegal or saying anything that would cause legality issues or cause them to be like breaking down the door like FBI, open up? Then I don't got nothing to be afraid of. I don't have to hide from them because I'm not a wanted criminal. I'm not doing anything that is bad for them to want to pay bad attention to me. Is it okay that they watch us once in a while? Sure. Because once in a while, yes, they should watch us. More than likely, they probably don't just watch my channel. They probably watch other channels too, as well. So when it comes to like other channels and stuff, you probably could maybe guess that they are watching very closely on a lot of different channels because they have to make sure that people are not breaking the law, breaking the rules, following legality issue, following the legalities of life. And that's what their job is. If that's their priority is cyber stuff, then they're going to be assigned to it. So yes, there is a chance that they probably are watching a lot of other channels as well. But like I said, it's probably not very like often. or it could be as more often than what we think. We don't know. But there is a chance that they are there. Well, then does that mean, conservative, that you allegedly work with them? No. We cooperate. I cooperate with them. If I do like an IC3 report, I cooperate with them. I do what I do. I give them the IC3 report, and if they tell me, hey, you need to shut your channel down for a while so we can see what's really going on, then I will do it. I will cooperate with them. I don't work with them. I never claim to have worked with them. I don't claim to be part of any Federal Bureau of Investigation by any means. I do not claim it because that would be impersonating a federal officer, and that's illegal. I do cooperate, however, and so does the Conservative Newswave website. We do cooperate with them as well over there, too. How often do we do IC3 reports? We haven't really had to do very many this year. Last year was kind of the worst one for me, but it depends on how bad it is. And it depends on what's going on. We don't really need to. If we don't need to, we don't do it because we know that they're going to be busy. But if we have to file an IC3 report, then yes, I will cooperate with them and I will report whatever's going on. Have I ever had to file an IC3 report before? Yes. It's very easy actually to do. So if you go to ic3.com FBI or FBI IC3, you can, from there, will fill out all the information, give the information, the proper information. It will ask for your legal name, the address, and whatnot. It will ask you some questions, and then it will get to the point where you can talk a little bit in detail about what the situation is. For instance, like let's say you're being cyberbullied or cyber harassed or trolled, and you decide to file an IC3 report. Put in there who's doing that, at what time during the live stream did it happen, and who's doing it. If you don't know their legal name, that's fine. Just give them the YouTube name, the YouTube tag name, and they will find you, or they will find them. It's obvious that they will find them. But why would IC3 or the FBI look for any trolls? Because trolling or harassing or stalking somebody or saying something that you should not be saying online can get you in legality issues. And they do take that seriously. They do pay attention to it, very much so. That's why I've had a lot of people not having issues on this channel because they do watch this channel. Because I've had to file reports because of cyberbullying, harassment, stalking, and whatnot. And they take it seriously. They will either watch for a while, more than likely, if you file the report and somebody's harassing you on YouTube or a platform, they're more than likely going to watch your platform for a while and see who's doing it and if you're instigating it or not. And if you're not instigating it, but the other people are, they're going to get them. More than likely, what would happen? Probably they may have a conversation with these people. They might kindly call them or give them a cease and desist letter saying, if you don't stop, we will come visit you. That's more than likely what will come of it. But or they could arrest you, depending on how bad it is. Let's say like somebody's allegedly threatening you, then they probably more than likely will arrest that person. But if they're just, saying stupid stuff or they're just picking on you, more than likely they're just gonna probably tell that person knock it off, or they're gonna maybe screw with somebody by sending not just a letter but a visit, and it's not good. You don't want them to come up to you if you don't have a good reason to. But why would they pay attention to you, conservative? Because one, I do politics, and because doing politics does sometimes mean that I do get a bad amount of trolls. They do watch me because of it. And that's why they watch me. Because, yes, sometimes we do talk about Cash Patel. We do talk about them. We do, let people know, hey, this is what's going on with them. This is what they're right now looking at. Whether it's like they're investigating an alleged active shooter or something, we mention the FBI and we tag them and they watch us. Excuse me, because what it does is it's a courtesy from me to them to let them know, hey, I'm watching you guys. I'm letting you guys know that I'm reporting on you. But at the same time, I'm doing my due diligence. And I know you guys have always been watching me. You guys got my back. It's fine. But I'm just letting you know. It's kind of a courtesy thing. Do I have to always tag the FBI if I'm live? No, I don't. I don't have to tag them. I don't have to be like, hey guys, I'm going live, by the way. See you there in 5 minutes. Bring the coffee and cream donuts or whatever. No, I don't got to do that. I don't have to tag them always. More than likely, they probably know when I'm live and when I'm not live. They pay attention enough. And it's okay. So there's some of the things that about the FBI that you guys have asked, and I kind of figured I should answer it. Now, in regards to the White House, the president, I don't think he watches me every time I'm live because he's busy. But I'm sure that maybe there's times where a few of his people are like, hey, Mr. President, these people are talking about you, or they're applauding you or whatever. And I'm sure there are times where he is probably paying attention. Sometimes when he's not busy. So Trump's White House staff probably does notify him that, yes, I was live and I was probably mentioning him or defending him in some sort of way, which is okay. That's fine. Again, that's the same thing with the FBI. I don't expect Trump to always pay attention to me. But is it, again, good that Trump does pay attention? Yeah. I think it's great that sometimes Trump does pay attention to me and does pay attention to us on conservative news wave. I think it's awesome that he does sometimes because it means that we're doing our job. We're getting attention. They know that we're talking about them, whether it's good or bad, or sometimes maybe just kind of criticizing some certain things about the president, he knows that this is our job. We are tier two freelance journalists, and that we are going to do our job. And it's the fact that we have to be held to a higher standard and expectation. But conservative, if he's watching you on here, why do you cuss so much? Wouldn't you not want Trump to hear you cuss? I mean, I'm sure he probably doesn't mind, or I'm sure it probably gets on him, on his nerves a little, but I try not to as much. But in regards to that, I'm sure he understands where my anger comes from regarding to like what the left are saying about him and what they're alleging against him and why I'm angry. It's not bad anger, it's just anger because he knows how I feel. He knows that I support him, but he also knows at the same time I'm going to criticize him. So, and also he knows freedom of speech is a thing. As long as I'm doing it correctly. That's just it. It's not bad that the FBI and the White House do sometimes watch us. Like I said, they know, both of them know we have the freedom of speech, but they also know we try to be careful on here to what we allege or say because of legality issues and technicalities that we don't want to get into. Like, we don't want problems. We don't want issues. We are just doing our job. And we're going to uphold our job. But we have to do it with integrity. And that's what we do here. We do our job with integrity. So that's pretty much it. It just is kind of one of those things where people don't understand. How do I feel when people mock or say that they don't think that the FBI or the White House pays attention to me? How do I feel when people say that? Honestly, I can care less because they're mad, for one, that I do get attention, that even Tim gets attention, Conservative Newswave. When he's working on Conservative Newswave, it does draw attention to him and me. And I think that people that doubt us don't understand the whole entirety of what goes on as being a tier two freelance journalist. They don't understand that it does put you at a higher standard, at a higher point where people are going to doubt us. And no matter what, it's okay. We are fine with people doubting us. We don't care if they doubt us. It's fine. But it doesn't mean that it's not true, because me and Tim have actually seen it. And we know that we've seen it. Well, just like your journalism credibility, how do we know that all of this is true? You don't have to see my credentials as a journalist. You can look. You can do VPN search or ISP searches to look to see where things are coming from, who's watching you from where. I can figure out who's watching me right now if I wanted to. It's fine. Those that doubt us and want to mock us because they doubt us, that they don't think it's true, obviously not only don't realize that it is true, but they're mad and they're jealous and they're spiteful because I get more attention than they do in a day. Obviously. And they don't like that we get that attention because they've never got that attention, probably a day in their life. So that's why. So anyway, you guys, that is really it for tonight. Um, yeah, I think honestly, those that doubt that the FBI or the White House watch us, you guys really need to do better and just do better jokes or come up with something better. It's tiring. It's annoying. It's really nonsensical. It doesn't make sense. And it's okay that you can doubt us because it's your right to believe whatever you want to believe. How you can believe I'm jet skiing right now, but I'm not. So that's just the thing. But anyway, you guys, much love to all of you. Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe. Go check out conservativenewswave.com. Again, shout out to the boys and girls in Arlington and Mr. President and Vice President. Hi, y'all. Go check out my Rumble, Conservative Video Dipper, my Twitter, Conservative Video Dipper. And as always, I will see you guys next time.